Wake up.
Have you ever found yourself acting on impulse, making decisions you later regret? In moments like these, it's as if a primitive force takes over, leading you down a path of destruction. So let's uncover 10 ways in which your reptilian brain, the oldest and most primitive part of your brain, can sow chaos in your life. Ever feel like you're on autopilot, driven by impulses that seem to come out of nowhere? Blame it on the sneaky little reptile lurking deep in your brain. Your reptilian brain is pushing you towards instant gratification without a second thought. When you give in to impulsive behavior, it's like handing the reins of your life over to this ancient, instinct-driven part of your brain. You might feel a rush of excitement or relief in the moment, but all too often, you're left dealing with the fallout afterward. And it's not just about spending money or saying the wrong thing. Impulsive behavior can seep into every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your mental health to your ability to achieve your goals. The reptilian brain's instinctual responses to authority can lead you down a path of submission and self-neglect. It's as if your brain is wired to seek validation and approval from those in positions of power, even when it comes at a personal cost. Think back to the last time you felt the weight of authority bearing down on you, compelling you to comply with their demands. Did you feel the burning desire to assert your own autonomy and challenge their power? Or did you find yourself overcome with terror, unable to speak out against injustice? But fear not, because the hero of this story is none other than you. By finding the courage to question authority, assert your rights, and stand firm in your beliefs, you can reclaim your voice and spark a revolution of conscience that brings about real change. Territorial behavior is something we inherit from our animal ancestors, and it's all about protecting what's ours. Maybe you felt uncomfortable when someone got too close without asking, or you've wanted your own space in a relationship or group of friends. That's your brain's way of saying, "This is mine, and I want to feel safe here." But while this instinct helped our ancestors survive, it can cause problems today. In relationships, being too territorial can make people feel trapped and untrusted. You might try to control your partner or friends because you're worried about losing them, but instead, it can push them away and make them feel suffocated. When you're with other people, you can't help but notice who seems to be in charge and who's not. It's like there's an invisible ladder and everyone's trying to climb it. This goes way back in our history. Those who attained higher status enjoyed greater access to resources, had more kids, and had more say in what happened. As a result, the drive for status became hardwired into our brains, motivating us to climb the social ladder and assert our dominance in various ways. But here's the paradox. True status is not bestowed upon us by external validation or material wealth. It is rooted in qualities like integrity, empathy, and contribution to the greater good, attributes that transcend social hierarchies and endure over time. Overconsumption is driven by our reptilian brain's instinctual urge to stockpile resources for times of scarcity. In our evolutionary past, this drive served us well, ensuring our survival in environments where resources were scarce and unpredictable. Today, however, in a world of abundance and excess, this same drive can lead to unsustainable patterns of consumption that harm both ourselves and the planet. Ever buy something and feel happy for a bit, but then it wears off and you're back to feeling empty and unfulfilled afterwards? That's what happens when you overconsume. You get a quick fix, but it doesn't last, and you're left wanting more. When betrayed by someone, your first instinct may be to seek vengeance, to make the other person pay for their transgressions and restore your sense of justice. In our evolutionary past, retaliatory actions helped deter potential aggressors and maintain social order within communities. Today, however, this same drive can lead to destructive cycles of conflict that harm both ourselves and others. Remember the last time you couldn't stop thinking about payback? Maybe you imagined telling off someone who wronged you or doing something to get back at them. Did it feel good, at least for a little while? Instead of moving on, you end up stuck in those negative feelings, which can make everything worse. Ever notice how everyone seems to follow the same rules? It's like we're wired to stick together, even if it means giving up what makes us unique. In our evolutionary past, conformity to group norms helped foster a sense of unity and solidarity, strengthening bonds and enhancing the group's collective survival and success. But while social conformity may offer temporary validation and acceptance, it can also come at a cost to your individuality and integrity. You might end up doing things you don't believe in or giving up on your own dreams just to blend in with the crowd. And in the end, you're left feeling like you've lost a piece of yourself. Primitive rituals, stemming from your reptilian brain's instinctual drive for control and certainty, have the potential to influence your life in ways that might not always be beneficial. While these rituals might have originated as mechanisms to navigate uncertainty and chaos, they can sometimes veer into patterns of harmful beliefs and behaviors. The reptilian brain's influence can lead you to adopt and internalize ideas and thoughts that are not inherently your own. Take religious rituals, for instance. While they can provide comfort and community, they can sometimes perpetuate toxic social norms, particularly when they reinforce outdated beliefs or discriminatory practices. Rumination is when you can't stop thinking about past mistakes or bad things that happened. It's like your brain is playing the same thoughts over and over again. Your reptilian brain, which is all about keeping you safe from danger, plays a big part in this. It wants to figure out what went wrong so it can protect you in the future. However, more often than not, instead of helping, it messes with your head, distorts perceptions, and reinforces negative beliefs about yourself and the world around you. Imagine being in the middle of a heated argument where emotions are like wildfires, spreading rapidly and consuming everything in their path. You're not just a bystander in this chaos, you're right in the thick of it, feeling the heat of conflict rising as adrenaline courses through your veins. Your reptilian brain kicks into gear. It isn't just about disagreements, it's a full-blown showdown where egos clash and tempers flare. It's a battle for dominance, fueled by the primal urge to protect your territory. While it might offer a momentary rush of excitement and empowerment, it often leads to a crash and burn scenario where everyone loses. I hope you found this helpful. Have you ever noticed moments where your instinctual urges clashed with your rational thoughts? Let me know in the comments section. Hit subscribe, join our community, and together, let's illuminate the world with the brilliance of understanding. Farewell for now.